Hello there, Keisha. My name is Brent Miller. I've heard you've been having some difficulties lately. Would you explain what's brought you in to see me today?
Uh, I my life is out of control ever since I've been jumped.
And by jumped, I'm assuming you mean physically, but did you also mean sexually as well, or?
Yeah, both.
I'm sorry to hear that. Um, if it's okay with you, would you mind telling me, what feelings you've been experiencing since the incident?
Feelings, scared, overwhelmed. I can't stop thinking about what happened, and what I did wrong. I should have prevented it. I should have fought back harder. All the time. I can't get it out of my mind.
Like, are there any places that you go to where these feelings are more intense or less intense?
Yeah, it's awful in my apartment. It's awful out of my apartment because there are people there and people are threats. Everything is terrifying. Maybe it's a little better in my sister's apartment, but I don't really want to interact with her or my husband anymore, really.
Alright, well, it sounds like it may be at least a little better near, while with near, while with close family. Uh, are there any particular times when these feelings are more intense?
And yeah, Mondays are awful. It happened on a Monday. I'm home alone in the apartment all day. My husband works, and that's just awful.
And have you done anything before you've come here to try to get your mind off the, these feelings? And if so, has anything been particularly useful or not useful?
I'm eating like a pig, but I'm not really enjoying food. I'm just eating. Cooking hasn't itself is a problem
Oh, is there any particular reason why that's been a problem?
because if I'm cutting things, I want to stab myself with the knife.
Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing that with me. I'm sure that was not an easy thing for you to tell another person.
Mm.
Well, honestly, people who have been assaulted like you have been oftentimes feel these sort of feelings of anger, depression, self blame. They're all perfectly normal feelings. You went through a very traumatic and possibly life threatening experience. Honestly, you thought about how you should have done something more, but you survived. That was the best scenario. It could have gone much worse for you. Now, um, could you tell me what sort of goals you were hoping to get out of therapy here? Any ideas that in particular that come to mind of?
I'd like to not be scared all the time. I'd like to be able to enjoy anything. I I don't enjoy the company of my family. I don't enjoy food. I don't want to be touched. I
Sorry.
don't nothing. I can't listen to music.
Okay. Well, when it comes to these goals, the first thing I would like to work on is those feelings of hurting yourself. Um, have you had any thoughts about this before the incident?
No, never.
All right. Well, would you be interested in maybe after the session is to talk with your family or friends about these sort of feelings you've had? Maybe see if any of them would be willing to, check up on you every so often to make sure you're doing okay.
Maybe. I'll try.
Good. Good. Um, Also, I'd be more than willing to make sure you have my number so you can easily call me. I'd be more than willing to talk. If I'm in a session at that point, I'll be sure to call you back as soon as I'm done with the session. And I could also give you the number for the National Suicide Hotline as well. People there who would be more than willing to talk with you about the feelings you're having. They're very caring people.
Okay, I phone calls I think I can do.
Yeah, might be a good thing because they certainly won't be there with you, so it's at least someone you can just talk to. Now, it also seems like you may be a bit depressed as well. I'd be more than willing to give you a reference, like to go and talk to a doctor, that see about prescribing you some antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications. Might help as a little bridge to get you through this bad time right now while we work on some of the other goals that you've been mentioning as well.
Okay, I'll take the reference.
All right. Now, you mentioned that you want to be able to enjoy things. Maybe you'd be interested in trying to go and, like, listen to, watch some of the TV shows that you've watched before, or maybe some movies that you used to enjoy. Maybe do that while you're alone at your apartment and just try to go and recall those feelings of enjoyment you had.
I can binge watching. I can pull off. Yeah.
Okay then. Now, also, you wanted to not feel scared all the time. Maybe when we next meet up, I'll have some good ideas that we can try to possibly see about taking care of those feelings of being scared.
Yeah. Okay.
All right then. Well, I think this is a good starting point for us. Thank you very much for coming in and talking with me, Keisha. Again, I know this was very difficult for you. If you like, I also have some of the pamphlets about some of the feelings that you've probably been experiencing. It might be just a nice little bit of reading that you can do to just get your mind off things, and or at least understand why you've been feeling these ways.
Sure, I can take them.
All right then. Well, again, thank you very much for coming in, and I hope you have a, and I hope we can get you taken care of soon.
Okay.